Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Other Business, the Scripty Business Show, where we get to talk about the things that we really care about, but that we just don't have time inside our improv show to even handle, think, or consider, even remotely. You could call this a movie podcast, if you may be
It
so
is.
brazen.
Like our other one.
Yeah, you know what?
We've got
Facts.
a theme. Oh my god, but it's a great chance to have a chat. We don't do that, and we have interesting opinions that we know we're interesting and we're cool guys, but it's nice to tell the world.
And you know cool guys don't look at explosions, so...
No. Oh, what a segue.
Because this week is about the greatest action movie of all time. Welsh and I have back and forth about this for years. We have some strong opinions about action films, about movies in general, I would say. But I think action is one of those crossovers that just like we both really love action. And I would say it's a lot of our media diet is action movies. So we get to kind of go toe to toe today, which is kind of exciting, and figure out what is the greatest action movie of all time.
Yeah, this was a weighted topic when you prepped me that this is where we're going with this. And one thing that I learned really quickly when I was doing some what action movie? What's an action movie I even like? What's action? So many of the movies I went to was like thriller action, adventure action
comedy.
sci-fi action comedy. So I guess one thing that we need to discuss before we go anywhere in this episode is what makes an action movie, and then further to that, are we allowing a double genre? Because I feel like we kind of fucking have to.
I do feel like a lot of the subgenres maketh the action movie, but if we do that, there is one giant subgenre elephant that we have to deal with in the room.
Is that something to do with kung fu fighting by any chance?
It's martial arts movies. And are they action movies, or are they their own genre, or is it just a subgenre of action?
I mean, look, okay, before we go anywhere, I think we do need to say that martial arts is its own cup of tea. It's its own slice of toast on the breakfast plate that is action movies.
Because it's its own genre?
It is. It's got, yeah, that's another way of putting it. Sure, that works. Because we both love so many of those martial arts movies. And for me, Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle are two of my go-tos, but I can't call them an action movie outright because they're martial arts.
They're very contained. Like The Raid. The Raid is one of my favorite quote-unquote action movies of all time, but it's very much a martial arts movie because it's, I guess the through line is the martial arts. So
yes, that's the focus. Okay,
in order to be an action movie then, the through line has to be about the action at large.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
For example, Fast and Furious is an action movie, but I don't know that I would class it under this. It would be a street racing movie to me, in the same way that a martial arts movie is like its own thing.
Hang on. You've not watched enough of the Fast.
I'm talking about Fast and Furious 1. I don't care about the rest.
Okay.
And Tokyo Drift. They're the only two that count. That's it.
Yeah, fair enough. Because number 2 kind of is a heist movie in a way. Some of the other ones are heist movies.
Number 4 is a heist movie, I'm pretty sure.
Well, then Hobbs and Shaw is a superhero movie in a way. So, it gets, and then you've got space. Is that a genre of movies? Like space action?
I can't class it. For me, I don't want to put it in the package of action outright, because the through line of Fast and Furious is actually about the street racing.
No, it's not. We're both missing the obvious thing here. It's family. Fast and Furious is a family movie.
Yeah, okay. It's still not an action movie, maybe.
So rule it out. It's action/family. This was a big thing for me. Even talking to my wife about it, and I said, "What's your favorite action movie of all time?" She said, "The Mummy." And I thought, okay.
It's a pretty good choice.
It's a pretty good choice, but that's adventure action. But then it's like Indiana Jones.
Which is, to me, hands down an action movie.
Oh, interesting. Okay. No, but I don't think they're not action movies. It's more they are 50-50 adventure and action. To me, action doesn't outweigh the rest of the movie in either of those franchises, for any of them. They have action, but you know,
It's pretty uncommon to see action adventure not married together. Like pure adventure movie is pretty rare. Like that's something like Everest or
Never-Ending Story, maybe. No,
is
that'd be
that not
fantasy.
that's a drama. That's like a fantasy drama action.
Oh man,
Adventure.
We've a can of worms has been opened for
Do you know
this
what?
conversation.
Here's a great example, right? Action adventure cliffhanger, right?
Oh,
But I would say it leans heavily on the action side, so I would class that as an action movie. Like I would put that in my list of action movies.
yeah, I would go action movie for that 100%. Like I even thought like I went straight to like Man on Fire, and Law Abiding Citizen.
Lord of
But
War.
they are Lord of War's Children of Men. Again, that's an action drama.
Yeah,
Children
and
of
something
Men's
like Taxi
pretty
Drivers
action-heavy.
is like drama action.
Really?
You know, I guess it's more drama.
Yeah, exactly. This is where this is the biggest problem we have today. It's not discussing what is the best action movie. It's coming up with what is an
the
action
semantics?
movie. Yeah. So I think so let's boil it down, right? An action movie, let's say for argument's sake, it can be both genre. It can be a thriller action, it can be an adventure action, it can be an action comedy, right? That I think we're in agreement that has to be allowed. So what is it that's going to make them action? Because to me, I'll be honest, for me, action is about stunts and badassery. There needs to be some cool bro moments. Transporter is action to me.
Yeah.
There's nothing. John Wick is an action movie.
See,
I know it's
John
gung
Wick to
fu,
me is
gung
that's a
fu.
martial arts movie. The whole thing is about martial arts. If that is, then The Raid
guns.
isn't. The Raid is an action movie because it's the same thing. He just uses machetes and hands instead. He shoots a bunch of people in that. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. What about like Nobody? Have you seen that with Bob Odenkirk?
I've only seen the bus scene,
Okay.
so I don't know what the rest of the movie's like.
Basically that, but there's guns and stuff as well. So it is pretty brawly. So are we calling like brawler movies kung fu, like martial arts, or you know what I mean? Like to that's an action movie.
But
to me.
John Wick is less bowler, right? Like it's very specific. It's literally called gung fu in like all of its advertisements. They're like gung fu. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like for me, that's
Totally fine.
because it's more of a display of proper skill. I'm not saying the Bob Odenkirk one is not, but if it's framed as just like a straight up brawler punch out type movie, I haven't seen it. So then I would say action. You know, like Indiana Jones, right? Has a mixture of things. It's got guns, it's got whips, it's got throwing a couple of punches. He's kind of
Snakes.
bad at stuff, which I think is a really amazing ingredient that is missing from a lot of modern movies. Is like he gets punched in the face, he falls down, he fucks stuff up, he fails pretty much the whole way through that entire film. And that
Fails up.
yeah, he fails up. Yeah. Whereas I think there is like a higher ceiling of skill expression in a martial arts movie.
Okay. So, all right. So, and then like we get to the sci-fi point as well, because like The Matrix to me is right up there for an
That's
action.
an action movie for me.
That's an
I
action
feel that's
movie.
an action
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, no, but it's like
So okay, so here's my thing.
Robots
Here's my caveat,
Future.
right? It's
Go
like
for it.
for us to class it on our list today, I think it has to be the majority of the film's DNA, so over 51% action.
Gotcha.
Right?
I love that. Yep.
And then to me it becomes like an action something. So Indiana Jones is an action adventure movie that maybe I don't know if the DNA is high enough. Is the DNA high enough? Is it more action or more adventure?
I'd say it's
That's
more
a tough
adventure.
one. Yeah, okay.
I'd
so
say
then,
it's more
then
adventure.
that one would be like pulled off of our list because it's more
Yep.
about the adventure and less about the action.
Yeah. Oh my god, I have to complain. I've missed one. And this is interesting to see what you think of this. 300. That's gotta be an action movie.
Action
surely.
movie. Yeah, action movie. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I hesitated because I was like, oh, it's lots of like sword fighting and stuff. But I
Yeah.
think that falls under action. Weirdly, that's different to martial arts movie. It's because
Is it?
I think what changes them, and we're so stuck on this, but I think what changes them I'm just trying so hard to not let martial arts into the room. I think what changes them is they have a very specific formula that is like tried and tested, right? That these other films don't fit into that formula. You look like one of my favorite action movies of all time is Kiss of the Dragon, right? Which is like a little bit of setup at the start and then like a massive fist fight in the hotel where he like fights his way through a bunch of different rooms, and it's very specifically about the fights. And then he gets all the way down to the bottom, kicks the ball into the guy's head, and he like falls over and ends the scene, right? And then we get a little breakaway. We get like a snippet of story. They like cram 10 minutes of story. They go, we need context to bring in the next fight and the next thing and the next like wow moment. So you get like 10 minutes and then we're back off to another fight. And then it's like a small like story break and then there's another fight. And then there's a small story break and another fight.
Momentum. Is it like a momentum thing for an action movie as well? Like it's got to be fast paced.
Well, like, yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's got to be balls to the wall. The set pieces of a martial art film are the fights. And so that's like the glue that's holding the whole thing together. Whereas I don't think the fights are the glue that holds the story of 300 together. True. And I think
that
like
movie
an action
still works without the fight scenes.
We'll put it this way. Like to me, a martial arts or a kung fu movie, it is fisticuffs, maybe some blades, but it's not like pow weapons or races. I think an action movie is allowed to have a mixture of combat styles and like high stakes moments, like hanging off like a open plane door and holding on to somebody, and or sneaking into a armed place. Like I feel like action is allowed to be a hodgepodge of things.
Yes,
that keeps the energy and the this is good.
I think the difference is that an action movie is not about the fights. Like, you can have an action movie that has no fights in it.
Please, go on.
I reckon you can. I'm just trying to... I reckon you can.
Sorry to call you on that, but I'm curious. What?
Let me have a look at my giant list of
You've got a
action
giant
movies.
list. While you scroll,
Speed.
I got a real... Speed,
right?
okay.
There's not a ton of fights in Speed. Right? But it's an action movie because it's all about this bus can't slow down. So there's like driving and sequences and this propelling narrative forward towards its high energy, its high action. There's lots of stuff going on, as in there's lots of actions. So I think they have a fist fight at the very end of the movie.
I can barely remember. It's been a minute. The last thing I watched to do with Speed was the Father Ted episode where it's the milk truck that's speed-ified and they can't go under 5 miles an hour. Oh, man, it's so good. It's such a good homage. It's fantastic. But yeah, I think action needs to have... You're right. It's that. It's momentum. It's energy. It's speed. It's stuff happening. Which works for me because it actually helps me answer a question I was going to ask you. One of the action movies that I was scrolling through and was like, yeah, I do love that movie. It's got a lot of action. Was The Dark Knight. Because superhero is not really a genre, is it? It's a type of film.
I think it is now, man. I think because of its prevalence, it is. In that, like a Western, right, is an action, and I fucking love Westerns, and they are some of the best action movies of all time, but I would also be like...
They're not an action movie. Yeah.
Like, they are an action... By the definition of an action movie, they're an action movie, but they kind of get their own, like... thing.
Pocket.
And I feel like superheroes are the new Westerns. But you're right. The Dark Knight is an amazing action movie.
Yeah.
Which, if we didn't have the advent of like Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would say, yeah, brilliant action movie. But now in retrospect, I'm like, brilliant superhero movie.
Well, this is the interesting thing, right? Is I look at older Batman movies and I see them as superhero movies. I see Dark Knight as an action film. I don't see that in the same vein.
What's the difference? Why?
The difference to me is, and you're gonna laugh at this, is almost the campiness. It's the comic style of those older Batman movies. Like they never take themselves too seriously in a way. And Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises was the first time to me in my experience that a superhero movie, it's that shitty thing everyone says, like, it got grounded, it got real, it got gritty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's it, right? You're saying that an action movie has to contain an element of grit.
Yeah.
Even if it's
realness.
campy. Like Kill Bill, great action movie, right? Or is it a martial arts movie?
Is it? I was going to say martial arts.
But it also has grit, right? I guess that's where I'm going. Like, it's got this sense of grit, even though it's campy and ridiculously over the top, it's got grit. But you're right. It's probably a martial arts movie more than
Oof.
anything else.
This is so hard, it's making me uncomfortable. There's going to be so many people online that tell us we're completely wrong and this is the dictionary definition. And we'll say, fuck you, we don't care. This is how we roll.
It's such a wide umbrella to fit all of these things in. Because
Truly.
again, like Alien, well, Alien I would say is more of a horror film. That's like an exceptional horror. But Alien,
Horror sci-fi.
the second one, great action film.
Agreed. Well, like the Terminators as well, man. I feel like the Terminator sequel franchise is good action movies,
Good
but then
action,
again, it
yeah.
comes down to, is it sci-fi because of the topics that they're dealing with?
I think it's just a sci-fi. Like for me, Judgment Day, right? You look at number 2. Like number 1 feels more sci-fi because it's much more about the science fiction and that element of it. But number 2 is just like
crazy good
a
action.
giant sequence. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like half of that movie is like a scene. The fucking motorbike and like all of that shit that happens, you know, like, and so
good.
and they're these like really spectacular set pieces where the focus of that to me is not about the science fiction elements. It's not about like, hey, robots, the philosophy, because like a big part of science fiction, right, is about the philosophy that underpins it. That's what makes a science fiction. It's the kind of discussion that underlays the thing. And I don't know that there's any discussion at all whatsoever in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. To me, it's like 80 or 90% action with like
Well, they're
a
being
sci-fi
chased
mask.
from start to finish, aren't they? Like that's what it is. Like yeah. Okay, this helps. This helps us kind of hone our vision onto what we're calling action and what we can vouch for as being the greatest action movie. And I want to stress that the things I'm going to mention in this episode, I'm not even sure that they are the greatest action movie of all time, and they will be to everybody, right? I know it's not everybody's thing, but these are like, to me, if I think of action movies, like the movies I'm going to be bringing up are what I would sit down and watch. Like this is my shit. You know what I mean?
I have 2, but really I only have 1 because one of them I know is a brilliant, incredible, seminal action movie that I've never seen and I've always wanted to see, but just have a sneaking feeling like it's going to be the greatest action movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
And the other one is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh man, I've got that's crazy because I got so many I can rattle off of like action movies that I fucking love, man. Like there's
It's just because
so
there's
many.
there's so many. I've got a list of like 20 movies that I think are amazing action films. But for me, there's only like one movie that is the greatest action movie of all time. Because I'm like, oh, what about this one? And then I compare it and I'm like, oh no, it just falls short.
That's
What about this one? No, it falls short. Oh, I love this movie. No, it falls short. Like,
Well, what is
we'll
it?
get into that. Don't you? What?
No, I'm dying. Come on. Oh my god, that was
Early
such a setup,
days, baby.
All right, you're leading. You
I can
take
tell
the-
you right now, we can spend the next 20 minutes arguing if you want.
You're in charge of this episode, my guy. So yes, what's next? I've got.
I think
stuff.
before we get there, there's a couple of other things I think we've got to kind of
touch on.
Well, there's a couple of context things, right? So we've talked about like
Okay.
what makes an action movie an action movie. So what about the components that go into an action movie and how important are each of those components, right? So
Okay.
like in an action movie, does the script matter? Or is like the script also doing the heavy lifting? You know, like in order to be a brilliant action movie, it has to have a really good story and really good action. Or does it just have to have really good action?
Well, it's a clear answer for me. It just needs good action. I don't need a story from an action movie. And I'd say for the most part, a lot of action movies can boil down to this thing is happening, so this. It's not like this thing is happening because of XYZ that happened in the past, and then these other characters want this motivation, and this is this. But none of that matters in an action movie to me. It's
Interesting.
just the 90 minutes that I'm watching it for and how well that grabs me.
That
That's
helps.
what I like.
See, I really like that, right? Like, I like that. It doesn't have to be thick. It doesn't have to be thick like a drama or like highly nuanced. But the character and how the character deals with the situations is the vehicle for my buy-in. You know, like if I don't believe like they're in danger, if I don't believe like they can lose, if I don't find them interesting as a person or compelling or an ass, you know, like...
Oh, yeah.
It's something like they could be a total asshole and I'd be like, oh, I want to follow this story. Like all of those things are really interesting. Like part of what makes The Dark Knight an interesting action movie is that the characters are really interesting, and I kind of want to buy into their stories a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'd be like, I don't need... Okay, put it this way. I don't need much to buy in to an action movie then. If it's a thriller or a drama or a romance or an adventure or any of this type, then I need I need enough fodder fed to me about who this person is and why I should care, right? But my action movies that I'll be mentioning, you'll notice very quickly that it's like one line spoken to explain this is their deal, and that's all you need to just keep going with the film.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Great action movie.
Not on my list.
Oh my god, really?
Not one of my... Nah.
Wow.
I'll watch it, and it's a great film.
You like it?
But
Oh my
no.
God.
See, this is like you and My Hero Academia. It's not that I'm saying I don't like it. It's just, other people love it, and that's fine, and I enjoy the hell out of the film. But if I'm thinking action movies, me personally, I've got a couple of go-tos instead. And again, scripts. Now, story, not important. Cool fucking one-liners, very important in an action movie.
See, I'm very surprised you don't like Predator. It's got one of the best one-liners of all time. Where he's just like, Sergeant, you're bleeding. And he just like looks at him and goes, I don't have time to bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and again, that's where I'm like, flowers.
Iconic.
Amazing. Yeah. But like, that is what I need out of a movie is that's basically it. As far as script and story goes, bah. Every now and then, just give me one fucking take your sunglasses off and say a line. I'm hooked. That's it for me. What about you? So you said you just need like a little bit. You need like thin or thick. You need some kind of stuff.
I need a framework, and I need a vehicle to buy in, and I need to genuinely feel like there are stakes. And the thing that's going to make me feel like that is more often than not the performance. So like a riveting sense of cool. Like a lot of action heroes, you're just like, fuck, you're so cool. All those like cool, powerful, zany one-liners that aren't quips. I think quips are the absolute fucking death of charisma, and they're in everything. They are the worst, and they make me cringe on the inside every time I fucking hear them. Thank you, Marvel. We'll talk about you later in another episode.
Probably.
Like a really strong sense of character helps me buy in, or like emotional stakes, like if I can see that this has really affected them, or they're like right up against the wall and they're having an emotional breakdown, or something like that, then I'm like, shit, I'm in. Like, I think a great example, right, is Mission Impossible, which is a great action movie.
Yeah.
And the very famous scene where he's lowering down and he slips and nearly screws the whole thing up, and he stops like an inch away from the floor, and you're just like, oh my God.
Stakes.
And you're like, stakes, buy in. And we bought into that because they set the framework up of spy world. Anyone can die at any time. They're not perfect, obviously, because he screwed this up. But he is very skilled. And we spent like 30 minutes prior to that moment just being like, you can't mess this up. Everybody is screwed if you do. Stakes are super high. And so it becomes this really interesting pivotal moment. And that to me is like, it's not explosions or car chases or something, but it's like stakes, baby. Stakes is action. Like, the thing that upholds action for me is stakes. Like, and again, no explosions and stuff. I mean, that comes later in the movie, but that is like one of the most pivotal moments in the movie. And it's just a guy slipping on a rope, but it's like, oh my God.
Fair.
Because I bought in.
Yeah, you bought in. What's next on your sort of like components of your must-haves or must-not-haves for that matter?
Okay. There's two more kind of things that I want to talk about. How important is the camera and the role that the camera plays and the framing and whatnot in an action movie? And how visible should that be?
Oh, that's such a hard question, because one of my movies that I'm picking is, I wouldn't say it's the best camera work, but there's definitely some creative choices that are made throughout the movie because of the budget that it was shot with. So I don't think it's critical. I think it just needs to do enough, very much like the script and the story to me. It's just got to do enough to get me over the line, and then I can see past it and bear with it. It's almost like watching like a real old school movie. Like when we watched It's a Wonderful Life. Me and Kate watched that a year or so ago for Christmas. We'd never seen it before, and there was so much about that movie that was not great by modern standards. But there was so much of it that was impressive for what they did with what they had at the time.
Yes.
And that was enough for me. Like, I could completely tolerate anything that is no longer seen as, like, a decent thing because it worked for me, man. Like, and that's all I need. I can appreciate
I think that's
what
really
they've done with
important.
it.
Go back and watch a movie with the mindset of the audience that received it. And that will completely change your viewing experience.
Well, like, watch any of the Asylum Studios films, right? To me, the story, not fucking good. The camera
Doesn't
work,
exist.
not fucking good. Like, those are all the points then that I just tap out. I can't stomach it. But then you watch, like, The Room. Now we're talking. Given what they had to work with.
Some of the best cinematography. Ladies and
Just
gentlemen. It's the
outstanding.
worst. It's the worst thing you'll ever watch.
I just realized the hypocrisy of me shitting on Sharknado, but absolutely worshipping The Room. It's like...
It's because The Room has a cult following.
Oh,
that you bought into,
what it is.
which is the enjoyment of the film. You know?
Yeah. What about you, camera?
I think for me, camera in action is like when I enjoy it the most. It's like highly technical in a very specific way of making the camera invisible. Okay. Like my favorite action movies, I don't notice them. I just go like it's just like. But they've done it in a way to like it's not like like an indie film where we're getting like a oh my god, what are they called? Focus pull. There it is. And then it's not like an indie film, right? Where we're getting like a focus pull.
Okay,
and that's
hear
like
what you're
bringing
saying now.
drama into the situation and going, look here, or looking at something like The Revenant, which is an action movie. No, not an action movie, which is an adventure movie.
Yes, agreed. Yes.
And that camera work is like very obvious to create a sense of atmosphere, and it's very visible. But then you look at other action movies, the camera work is a lot more simple. Until the moment that is really important, and then it's just like punchy and so important. Because again, Mission Impossible is filmed very simply until that moment where you're just like, boom, bam, you're there. You're like, or you look at something like The Matrix, where we're like super simple the whole way through that movie.
And you get that 360 rotation.
Until you get the 360 degree thing that spawned a whole ass industry. And that movie, like that is the seminal, pivotal moment of that movie. And I think that's, for me, what action cameras want to do. They want to kind of be invisible until we're bringing out the big guns, and then it's like a super impressive, splashy moment where you're just like, holy Christ.
Well, it's like it's used to pull focus to the action sequences, not to
100%.
pull focus to other things that's happening throughout the movie. It's less about like a
in support
character
the whole way.
reaction, and it's just about like punching, matching the punches and the people being thrown and the explosions. That's where it's used. The rest of it, it basically just be a still camera for all I care. Don't give a fuck. It's like a stage play up until then.
I think it needs to be supportive, and I've always felt this way about all camera movements in all movies, but it has to be motivated. So there's a phenomenon in American filmmaking where they're just like, we want movement, so we'll just put it on a 360 rig and we'll just like slow turn around. And you see it a lot, again, shitting on Marvel, but honestly, Marvel is so shittable. They would just put movement in there to be like, hey, we need to dynamic up this boring exposition scene. We'll just move the camera slightly. And it feels empty and shallow. Whereas the greatest action movies, or the greatest movies I've seen in general, the camera is always motivated by that. Interestingly, and I don't know if it's an action movie, but it's just come to my head, Civil War has some amazing action sequences in it.
Sorry, Civil was in the Marvel movie.
No, the Marvel movie.
I was like, Captain America Civil War? It is an amazing action movie. It's a spy thriller, though, almost.
No, it's a superhero movie. No, Civil War, the Alex Garland one about the kind of the American Civil, the New World American Civil War, where California and Texas break off from the rest of America and they have a civil war. Oh man, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's really interesting. Okay. I guess you could call it an action movie. It's kind of about these reporters going from one side of the country to the other side, and America's like completely war torn, to interview the president before the president surrenders, as this like separatist group kind of raid the White House. And so they're trying to get like the exclusive interview. So they're like war journalists in the line of fire, and it's terrifying and interesting and like really harrowing, and it's got some crazy action in it. But I don't know if it's an action movie, but it's so like the DNA of it is so action by virtue of, because it's a war story, right? In the same way that
there's
like
action happening.
Are war movies action movies? Like Fury, one of my favorite action movies of all time. But is it an action movie? Or is it a war movie? You know, like Saving Private Ryan, action movie? Or does it get its own genre as like war movie?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Or is it a drama? You know, like Saving Private Ryan could be a drama, because that's the primary vehicle, is about saving Private Ryan. And it's all about his story and the, you know, the efforts that people went through to get there. And then the action is kind of secondary. It's not actually the point of the movie. And maybe
it's
that's
less than 50% of the makeup. It's what we said at the start,
maybe that's
right?
what qualifies an action movie, is that the point of this movie is the action. And I don't think the point of Saving Private Ryan is the action, so therefore it's not an action movie. And thus, Civil War is not an action movie.
Gutted for you. I'll never watch it now.
You should. It's brilliant. Really.
What's your last piece? What's your last point about action movies that you wanted to mention? You said you had 2 more things.
I did, and now that I've yarned about it, I've actually forgotten that extra point, which was it was a tack on. I can't remember.
What have we done? We've done script, we've done cameras, we've done... That's basically what we've done, is script and camera work so far, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. In order to be a true, I'm going to say true action movie, how much CGI is it allowed?
It's allowed as much as it wants, but it doesn't require any.
Interesting. Can you qualify a little more for me?
Okay, so my big thing about action movies is stunt work over CGI.
100%,
I need
100% agree.
Stunts in action movies.
Yes,
People
100%
standing on the
agree.
top of moving cars, people jumping off buildings, people being launched by explosions, whatever it's going to be. That is crucial to me in an action movie. Or even stunt work in like fighting and getting shot, just cool stunts. CGI, VFX, I would definitely say that it has a place in action movies for boosting what's happening, and it also helps in certain scenes, like jumping off the highest skyscraper in the world in one of the Mission Impossible movies. Like some of that, like that was done. Tom Cruise does all his old stunts, whatever. But a lot of the stuff was like CGI'd out, and like when he was riding on top of one of the planes, all the ropes and harnesses were VFX'd off him. Like that sort of stuff is fine. I don't look down. Yeah, functional. I don't look down on an action movie for having a CGI villain that they're fighting either. Like, you know, if that's what it is, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I could almost stand here and say that like some animated movies could count as action. Now that you put this on me, 100%. You know, like this is fucking hard, man. Like that's a real tough question. I would say whatever they want to do.
Are action movies.
Yeah, man. Like some of the Puss in Boots movies they've done lately are fucking awesome. It's so good. Straight up. Kung Fu Pandas, great martial arts movies.
Zorro, great action movie, I guess. Or is it? No, it's an adventure movie. I take it back.
God damn, we've really made this hard on ourselves. I don't think there's any requirement to have it or not to have it. Doesn't.
I feel like you are definitely 100% allowed CGI in an action movie. But it lowers the quintessential actionness of the movie for me. The more CGI you put in, the lower that kind of action movie will fall for me. Because it's, for me, a lot of the time, robbing the heart and soul of the action movie. Which is those sequences, those stunts, it's the human effort, it's the tangible grittiness of it. That makes it really compelling and really interesting.
No, I feel like I've really let you down in this conversation, by the way, because every point is like whatever to me. I don't care.
That's so fine. But no, that's compelling and interesting. Like, because everybody goes to movies for different things, right? Everybody wants like a different experience from a movie. And so qualifying what you want out of a movie is never wrong. Dear listeners, it's never wrong. Like,
be who you are.
You
Live
can
your truth.
disagree. I can think that Marvel is the worst cancer outside of Skydance that the movie industry has ever seen.
You can.
But that's fine. It's not for me. Although I do love it. I'll watch them all once. Do you know what? Repeatability also so important for an action movie. Like
that's a good point.
Like I want to be able to watch an action movie more than once. And so there's like so many action movies that just immediately get bitten for me. Like Transformers, anything that Michael Bay has done, they have like a shelf life of one watch and then you can never watch it again. Because once that kind of like wow factor's gone, the rest of the movie's like totally empty.
I feel that with the Transformers movies, but then like Pacific Rim, love that movie. I'd watch that anytime someone wants to watch that movie. I'll watch that. That's
I got
a great
one
film.
out of me. I was like, never again.
Oh my god, it's such a spectacle. I love it. It's a great film. All right,
Godzilla, great action movie.
Oh, so good. All of the I'll be honest. Most of the Godzilla movies I've ever watched has been fine. I don't have a problem with them. I think they're all good in their own way, in their own special, unique, personable
Although
ways.
technically, not an action movie under what we've got. It's a monster. It's a creature feature.
Oh, creature feature. yeah. No, I'll give you that. So like Jurassic Park 3 is probably the closest I'd say to an action movie of that franchise, though.
Well,
that's like
Jurassic
survival.
Park 1 was not a creature feature. I say Jurassic Park 1 was an action. Or is it an adventure?
There was the kids and stuff. It was like an adventure. Yeah, I'd say
like an adventure action horror.
Creature romance comedy. Yeah. Just all of them.
I'd say we get rid of genres. Why don't we just get rid of genres and just like
just call it a movie? I'm gonna go see a
straight
movie.
Up. I'm gonna go like I'm making a movie. Yeah, what is it? Space.
It's a film. Yeah. You can call it whatever you want. All right, I have some of my favorite action movies to list out for you real quick.
Oh, you're not going for the big dog straight up? You're just going for your favorites? Let's do it.
I don't really know that I have a big dog, man. Like,
I have a big
to
dog.
Me. Oh, okay, great. Well, we'll start with me because I'm so wishy-washy about all this shit, right?
That's correct.
Con Air.
Great
Con
action
Air
movie.
to me.
Yeah, it's actually one of our
Fantastic
best friends'
action
favorite movies of all time.
And my wife's too.
Is it? No way.
Yeah,
I
Kate
didn't know
absolutely loves Con Air, and I really enjoy that movie. But it sort of harkens to everything I've said so far. Like, you get introduced to Nick Cage at the front end of that movie, and he's like, I was in prison, and my daughter and my wife, whatever, I'm going to take this bunny rabbit to her. And that's it. You know the guy
and
now.
holds
Great.
on to that bunny rabbit for the whole time until the end where he forgets about it. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So it's like, it's you don't need much to get behind that. You're going to roll your eyes, and I don't care, so I'm not even looking at the camera or the screen right now, but Die Hard is definitely one of my favorite action movies.
Why would I roll my eyes? Die Hard is one of the greatest action movies of all
I thought
time.
you didn't like Die Hard.
I like Die Hard. I don't think it's like the pinnacle of filmmaking.
No.
But it is one
It's
of
a
the
quality
greatest
action
action
movie.
movies of all time.
Absolutely. I've talked about this before on our channel, but Shoot 'Em Up is a fantastic action movie as well. Love Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti. It's incredible from start to finish. Shout out to Tarantino, because Planet Terror to me is also an action movie.
Tarantino though.
No, because that was Grindhouse. Was that Ramirez? Who did George Ramirez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Did you say Death Proof? Did you take Death Proof or Planet Terror?
Planet Terror.
You said Planet Terror. Planet Terror was Ramirez, and who also made a bunch of amazing action movies like Desperado, and God, what's the other one in that one?
The vampire one, right?
Oh, no. Desperado's direct sequel. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's made a bunch of amazing ones. Yeah. Death Proof was the Quentin Tarantino one.
That's right, because Grindhouse is how I watched them both. So it's like I've always associated with Tarantino, but
which is its own style as well. Grindhouse movies.
Yeah. But Planet Terror to me is an action movie, and probably right up there for me, man, is the Crank movies. as action films.
Yeah.
They
So stupid.
they're so stupid, but they're incredible. And that's what I mentioned before when you said about camera work and all the rest of it, because some of the
Yeah.
camera work in Crank is very off. But the low budget, if they were just rocking it and they were just going hard, and some of the VFX are shite in it. And there's problems galore when you really sit down analytically and watch that movie and like really try and like grade it.
The sex scene is the only part of that movie that I remember.
Like the race course with all the
where
tourists.
she's on the bin, and because he's got to keep his heart going. I'm pretty sure he fucks her.
I
against
think
the
there's
bin.
there's a like in like Chinatown or something, or at a race course, and there's like tourists that are watching him and like cheering for him. Yeah. And then in the second one as well, they end up doing like a sort of kaiju fight inside a power station, which is
Wait,
iconic.
what?
Yeah, in the second one, which is Crank High Voltage, I'm pretty sure they like tackled each other into like a power station where there's like all these sort of transformers, so like head height, and then like the screen goes weird, and then it's like a guy with a Jason Statham sort of like prosthetic
Oh my
head
god, that's
on,
incredible.
and
That
the
sounds
villain,
amazing.
and they're like moving in slow motion, and I'm pretty sure there's like Godzilla kaiju noises happening, and all the substation power transformers, they're all now like cardboard and like, you know, obviously
sounds
destroyable
incredible.
props. It is incredible is the word for it. So that's my like action movie sort of type.
Yeah.
My best, and I think you might tell me this belongs to a different genre, but I'm sorry, I think it's just amazing. Casino Royale. James Bond
You
Casino
know
Royale.
what? That's on my list of greatest action movies
good.
of all time
That's
as well.
That is right up there for me.
I think
because I can
all
rewatch
James Bond
that.
movies are
The
action
story
movies,
is
right?
good. Let's say it. Yeah, spy is not a genre.
I mean,
it's either a
there's
thriller
so
or an
little
action.
spying. There's so little spying in James Bond.
For the Daniel Craig ones in particular,
I
yes.
say
And
for
I think
all of them, man. There's like an obligatory like 10 minutes of espionage.
yeah, Skyfall. They all kind of
Skyfall has no espionage. What are you talking
Oh, it
about?
does. It does. They all get a little bit more serious, I find, compared to Casino Royale, which
I
is
love
like just
Skyfall.
balls to the wall
Skyfall's like one of
action.
the best James Bonds, in my opinion.
It's a good film. Yeah, but Casino Royale to me is probably one of my best. I think that if I had to say like action movie to watch, I think people should watch Casino Royale.
Which is
if they've
interesting
not seen
because it
before.
has so little action in it.
Oh,
That's
but
the
the
interesting
action that
part.
it does have is
incredible.
outstanding,
Yeah.
and they're big set pieces. It opens on a huge set piece.
Oh
with
yeah,
the parkour.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Ah.
Yeah. But
So
like,
good, man.
but when you compare it to say like other James Bonds and stuff, other action movies, I would say it doesn't have a ton of action, which is really interesting. The point that I was coming back that I hearkened at the start of this, right? Those poker scenes are action scenes because it's all about the stakes and the drama and the tension and the physical doing of the thing. That I would argue that they are action sequences but they don't have punches and explosions and fights. And that's
Yeah,
what I
it
mean
works
by
for
an
me.
action movie without fights.
There you go. That's my like recommendations to people that are listening at the moment. Like those are my picks. If you want a good action movie, you've not seen any of those before, fucking watch them, because especially the Crank movies. Oh god, they're so good. So good.
I got a couple to shout out. Last Action
Honorable
Hero
mentions?
is absolutely
Ah!
iconic. If you've not
Family
seen it,
movie,
dear
but
audience,
okay.
do yourself a favor. What was that, sorry?
It's a family movie, but that's okay.
It's in the title, dude. Last Action Hero.
Small Soldiers I wanted to give flowers to, but to me
I
that's
would,
a family
you know what?
movie again.
That's it's an action movie though.
But I can't put away the fact that like that is a movie to watch as a family, like, you know, kids and parents. It's totally different to me. An action movie is like, you know, you got to be a teenager or an adult at least. Go, fuck yeah, that's an action movie. And we say that watching Small Soldiers. Don't get me wrong, but I could watch that with my son when he's like 6, and he'd get a kick out of it. You know, like, family movie, but great film.
Jason Bourne, the first one, I think is a good action movie. It's not one of my favorites, but it is.
Do you mean The Bourne Identity?
Yeah, The Bourne Identity. Thank you.
Oh
That
my
one.
god, it's
Yeah.
Jason Bourne. That you fell into the meme trap. Jason Bourne. Great
Seven
film.
Samurai, also a brilliant action movie,
Yeah. Never
which
seen it.
is maybe another genre. Maybe I don't know if it's like samurai movie is its own genre, but it's an incredible action movie, man. It's so good.
Okay.
It's
I'll
long.
check it.
Goes for like 3 hours, but I
It's
highly
old school.
recommend it.
It's
yeah,
old school, right?
school.
Seven Samurai? Yeah.
Black and white. I want to say, and this is a guess, 60s. I'm probably
Sure.
absolutely wrong. It might even be earlier than that. It could even be like 30s. I actually have no idea. But it is a brilliant action movie. And again, a lot of that has no action in it. Like the first 2 hours of that movie is this village that gets raided. This village gets raided by this mercenary band. And they're in danger. It looks like they're all going to kind of die because this band is going to come back. So they scrape up what little resources they have and they send some people off outside the village to hire 7 mercenaries, like 7 samurais, to come protect the village against this band of warriors. And so the whole first 2 hours of the movie is like them trying to find enough mercenary, like these 7 samurais, these mercenaries, and convince them to basically come save this town for nothing because they've got nothing. And then the last hour is them preparing their defenses and fighting off the army, and it's really cool. But yeah, great action movie, not a lot of action. So good. I'm gonna bring it home then. Okay, so what I think might be one of the greatest action movies of all time, and I haven't seen it. It's an absolute crime that I haven't seen it. And I haven't seen any of his movies, the director's movies, which is an absolute crime. And I haven't seen any of the lead actors' movies. I've seen some of the lead actors' movies, which is also a crime.
Where are you going with this?
But I played a game based on them, and that game alone made me go, this is going to be one of the greatest action movies of all time. And that is Hard Boiled by John Woo.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
And like all
Haven't
of the
seen
John
it.
Woo movies that have Chow Yun-fat as the lead are meant to just be like incredible action movies. Slow-mo, ridiculous. That's like the whole dive sideways and shooting guns. That's where all of that kind of
Bullet
comes
time.
from. Yeah.
Hang on. So you're going to make a claim that a movie you've never seen before...
No. I'm saying that is the one that I wanted to. I feel like that's going to be one of the greatest action movies I've
Right.
never seen.
But to you...
the greatest action movie of all time, hands down, zero competition, Mad Max Fury Road. There is just not another action. There's not another action movie that even holds a candle to it, man. It is fucking iconic. It's so incredible. They did like 90% of those stunts physically. There's very little CGI in it. The only CGI is like after a car is flipped and they need to like break someone's neck or snap a bit off. It's like barely anything in there, and they did all of that stuff on set and then pieced the entire movie together in the edit. It is truly a triumph of modern cinema.
You know what? Like you were going to say that Hard Boiled is probably the best action movie of all time. I've never seen any of the Mad Maxes, but I'm happy to concede to you that Mad Max Fury Road is the best movie of all time if you can pronounce the lead actress's name.
Charlize Theron.
That's pretty fucking close. I'll give it. I don't know what it actually is. It's something like that, isn't it? It's always a trip up. That's the best ever you've done of that name.
Yeah, I really had to concentrate. I wanted the victory.
It's decided here, folks. Mad Max Fury Road is the best action movie of all time.
Oh, it's so good.
Thanks for listening to Other Business. If you liked it, we do this every Thursday. Different topic, different ideas, different arguments that we'll always have forever. That's just what we do. You can also listen to Scripty Business, comes out every Tuesday, where we make up movies on the fly. Random words, random challenges, and we try and improvise the whole goddamn thing from start to finish. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you would like to help out the cause, that is Scripty Business and Other Business, you can find us on Ko-fi, coffee, however you want to say it, where you can become a member, you can buy us a coffee, you can subscribe to access the Vault episodes, everything we've done previously, and bonus behind-the-scenes episodes, where we discuss the stupid or amazing movie ideas that we come up with in Scripty. And if you love everything that we do and really want to help out, we have a live show coming on the 23rd of July to the Howling Owl in Adelaide.
Tickets are available. Head to the link in our bio to buy them, and we can't wait to see you there.